Hey, Wemberg World Entertainment, and it looks like we have yet another DCU project being sidelined, flat out cancelled, as Paradise Lost is the latest now to be said to be dead in the water, that it's not moving forward. And this just joins a long list at this stage of James Gunn's Slate 1 of Gods and Monsters, that half of it hasn't happened and isn't happening. And it's crazy when you have to keep in mind, the slate was announced 3 years ago, and it was an 8-year plan. And so far out of that slate, what has actually come to be shown to us? 3 things, which were Creature Commandos, Superman, and now Supergirl. That's it. Nothing else has happened. Peacemaker Season 2 was never a part of that list. Batman was the 6th thing on that list, and God knows where that stands at this stage. Paradise Lost was like the 4th thing on that list. And of course, Paradise Lost was that thing where everybody asked, well, is Wonder Woman going to be in this? Is this her introduction? Or what way are you doing this? And then they were saying it was a period piece. It was set before all these type of events. And people were still asking, okay, but is Wonder Woman going to be a part of this? And then, of course, they never described it as it's going to be, like the comics, or it's going to be like what we've been hearing about Themyscira. No, they went right to, it's going to be Game of Thrones, but with the Amazonians. And it was like, of course it is. Well, it doesn't seem to be that anymore, because they've apparently pulled the plug on it, along with practically everything else, like Buster Gold, Waller, the Authority, and Swamp Thing, so many other things. So let's have a look at this one and see where it comes from. So it says, in what should again come as no surprise, James Gunn's DCU appears to have quietly killed off another one of its earliest announced projects. According to John Roca, the planned Themyscira series Paradise Lost is no longer happening. Now, is this actually coming from Roca, or is it coming from Snyder, who's told Roca? We don't know. It says Roca, so whatever. So it did this article saying, recall how they recently said the same thing, and even said that they doubted that Gunn will be doing a DCU Wonder Woman due to the impending sale of Warner Brothers. So speaking on his show, Roca said sources informed him that DC Studios had been meeting with writers and taking pitches for Paradise Lost, but those involved were later told the project was dead. Roca emphasized this was not a case of the show being paused or waiting on the right script. Writers and creatives who pitched storylines were reportedly informed that Paradise Lost is no longer in active development and will not move forward as a TV series. So this is what Roca said in full anyway, saying, sources are telling me that DC was meeting with writers for Paradise Lost, was taking pitches for Paradise Lost, but they've been informed that the project is dead. Paradise Lost is dead. It will not be happening as a TV show. And not dead in the sense of like, well, they're just going to wait for a script. Before I go on with his comments here, to say it's not dead as in the sense of, what do you mean not dead? If they say it's dead, it means it's not happening at all. It's not. No one's ever said, well, it's dead, meaning it just means they're waiting for the script. This is where the shill type of stuff comes in, because as we know, and it's been said, that Blade is dead at Marvel. But these morons want to keep hanging on to go, oh no, they're just waiting to get the right start. No, it's dead. It's flat out dead. So whatever. But he continued anyway, saying, they're being told, these writers and these people who've pitched storylines for Paradise Lost to be the showrunners or the writers on Paradise Lost, they've been told that this project is now dead. No longer in active development. Dead. And that is a massive bit of news, because I think a lot of people felt that it was a little weird that you were going to do a Themyscira show but not have Wonder Woman in it. So that's what he said. Now, straight away, you kind of question that thing at the end of, oh, they thought it was weird that there was going to be no Wonder Woman in it. Again, we didn't know whether there was or wasn't going to be Wonder Woman in it. That was one of the biggest questions. What was weird is that they wanted to make a Themyscira show without Wonder Woman, maybe with Wonder Woman, but it was going to be this R-rated Game of Thrones style of show, as opposed to, I don't know, maybe make it like a DC show, just on the off chance of, maybe that would be the route to go in. I think what's interesting, though, is that they keep emphasizing it's not moving forward as a TV series. So what? Are they going to try and make this a movie? Highly doubt it, but it's strange that a lot of the wording is it's not moving forward as a series. So that news is significant given that Paradise Lost was positioned as a cornerstone of DCU's television slate and one of the earliest projects announced by James Gunn. Now joining lots of other DC projects, it's apparently not happening. The cancellation lines up with what this article's insiders have been reporting for some time. Sources previously indicated that Gunn has pivoted his long-term focus away from the overall DCU toward the Superman family saga. The trades back that up. This shift makes a Wonder Woman-centric future in the DCU increasingly unlikely, same with Batman, at least under Gunn's leadership. Insiders also recently informed us that Warner Brothers is now sending the message to Gunn to keep quiet to avoid major announcements that later turn into quiet walkbacks. We've also been told Gunn is out as head of DCU once Warner Brothers is sold. Now, there's a lot of is he, isn't he, with the whole sale. Will he be gone? Won't he be gone? He's pretty much confirming himself that he'll probably be gone, because he keeps saying that, if I'm the one to make this thing and stuff like that, and he's flat out now kind of talking about his future is uncertain. But the fact that they're saying like Wonder Woman won't feature in the DCU or Batman under Gunn's leadership, okay, but they have seemingly started to fast track a Wonder Woman movie, which is funny because that's taken precedence over Batman as well. So the thing of them telling Gunn to stop making the major announcements, now that part makes sense, because it's the case of, okay, we're trying to sell the company, we can't have you making all these announcements, especially if they don't move forward, because at this stage you're sitting here going, you came out with a slate 3 years ago, you just called it phase 1, the 8-year plan, Gods and Monsters. You had Creature Commandos on there, you had Superman, then you had The Authority, then Paradise Lost, then I think it was Lanterns or something else, then you had Brave and the Bold, then Booster Gold, Waller, and Swamp Thing, and Supergirl. Did I say Supergirl? I think I left Supergirl out. So out of all of that so far, we've had Creature Commandos, we've had Superman, and Supergirl's on the way. That's it. Lanterns is apparently made, but that's been delayed. Clayface was never on the list, but that's the next movie after Supergirl to come out. Man of Tomorrow was never on the list yet. That's been prioritized over everything else as well. It's like, what is going on? How do you come out and put out these slates and then give us nothing from that slate? And then to turn around as well and say, well, we literally just did it so we have something to announce. It's like, that's ridiculous, because now you have people going, well, where is all this crap? You've announced. Imagine if Kevin Feige walked out. Now, sometimes they do drop some of the projects they announce, or at least they shift them around. But imagine him coming out and saying, phase 2 of Marvel is going to be this, and he lists all the movies and shows on there. And then after 3 years, you've got 2 of everything he listed. You'd be sitting there going, what's going on? Why has this happened? Where's all the other stuff? The fact that he announced Paradise Lost as actually the first show was meant to be after Creature Commandos was Paradise Lost, and now it's dead. And it's been dead for a while. We've heard about this not moving forward for a while. And the fact that they were saying they were shifting their focus to fast track a Wonder Woman movie made it even more clear that this series was dead. But now it's seemingly starting to get confirmed that, yeah, it's not moving forward and it was never going to move forward. So it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. For everyone who thought Zack Snyder was a disaster, James Gunn is worse, because at least Snyder was putting stuff out. What has Gunn put out? He's put out 3 things so far. That's it. In 3 years, he's put out 3 things. It's a joke. for an 8-year plan that had all of these projects listed, and we've gotten so far 2 of the things from that list, with 1 more to come. Where's everything else? It's a disaster. But what do you guys think? Do you care that this series has been cancelled? Would you have liked to have seen Paradise Lost, the Femascara version of Game of Thrones? Or do you think they should focus more on maybe just trying to get a Wonder Woman into the universe? Let me know what you think of all this. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I shall catch you in the next one.